Yeah, hello, Case for interwebkaiju here. It's like a killer whale playing a ukulele in this. Space Amoeba.
A group of people travel to an island where a lost spaceship appears to have landed. There, they find a variety of giant monsters. The monsters are said to be both mutated and controlled by a space entity that has traveled to Earth in the shuttle. Gazora is given eyes that flash on and off and looks pretty cool. The actor's legs are well blended in with the dangling tentacles. Often monster suits look weird due to the obvious human leg shapes. In transforming a floating aquatic creature onto land, the filmmakers did a fantastic job. Almost all of the tentacle scenes are practical except for this one rotoscope grab. I like the technique commonly used in the film too, but this scene especially looks cool and unique. The other two monsters are less interesting, but they're still cool, even though they're all supposed to be just giant versions of normal creatures who inhabit the island. All three kaiju don't really resemble any other giant monster. Well, maybe Ebra a little bit. There's some good old fire effects, not only in the terrain but also on the monster, and with visible effect to the suit. Whereas in most movies, even though a creature is hurt, there's no actual visual damage except for maybe some blood. There are a whole slew of really cool effects. Explosion effects, this extending neck, the lighting on this character's face during the telepathy scene. I also like how the actor portrays facial expressions during this instead of just being a blank slate. I guess he moves his mouth a little bit, so he could be talking in a super ominous voice, but to me it just seemed like he was using an unearthly telepathic means to communicate with the others. This girl's accent is great. Some may say that it's out of place, and honestly, it is, but it's not bad, and it gives whatever dub is on this release some extra memorability. The music is nothing special nor memorable, but during some scenes in the movie, everything comes together wonderfully. Midway through the film, when Gazora attacks the village, the music is tense and the scene is terrific. The music during the monster fight, on the other hand, seems to slow down the action rather than making it more exciting. As with most classic Toho outings, Space Amoeba's sound, scene editing, and lighting are pretty great, though the camera work is of a lower quality. It's nothing terrible, but it is noticeable in some parts. Additionally, some of the projection scenes are either off-colored or have a weird exposure problem. In my review of Varan the Unbelievable, I noted that an extremely high percentage of old Toho monster movies include primitive villagers performing chants, and this is true in Space Amoeba as well. Again though, it is very brief, so not a big disturbance. This isn't the only common Toho trope though, as aliens taking over human hosts and sound waves distracting / being a weakness to monsters are also in place. The humans are actual characters with personalities, but they're still pretty bland. All of the monster roars are really unimaginative, forgettable, and similar. The Gazora suit is a bit lumpy looking at times, and there's some super stiff human figures used. This isn't really a big deal, but I wish Gazora would have fought another monster, especially since he's the main kaiju throughout most of the film. My biggest gripe with the film may be a plus for some people, and that is that there's no real portrayed antagonist throughout the whole film. There is a bad guy per se, but that's not revealed until probably the last third of the film. And with the monsters rotating, you can't really look to one specific monster as the antagonist until the real one is revealed.
So Space Amoeba. I know it seemed like I complained about a lot of things, but when it comes down to it, this movie is fun, it's entertaining, and it's actually different than most kaiju movies, so definitely recommend it. If you have any movies, TV shows you would like me to review, leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.
Beautiful, isn't it? I'm so happy I came.
So am I, and even happier to see the natural beauty isn't spoiled.
I agree with that. You know what? I think you'd be more impressed with the island if a monster appeared. Maybe it lives in a volcano.